So thank you so much for this opportunity. And for this position, my task was to build an super chat application, and all the data will be in the PostgreSQL server. And through the MCP server, we will be API calling it and showing those data in the front end. So basically, what we have to do was create multiple Docker files and build them, deploy them, create a reverse proxy, create a CI/CD, and we should have a monitoring and all. So I have built everything here. So for our local deployment purpose, I have this Docker Compose file. Here I am building and showing all the files. So when we Docker Compose up, it will spin up all our Docker files. Every service here have the Docker. So it's reproducible, and here you can see that every service have Docker files. So we have like multiple services, and I have created an CI pipeline for it. So basically in GitHub workflows, we have all the YAML files for everything. So what basically it does is when we change some code into specific folder here, like for example backend, so and push the code, so it will spin up that CI pipeline for the backend and build and push that Docker image to the my GitHub registry. So same are done for all the things. So let's just see what's happening. So I have already spin up the server, but let me just do it again. So here you can see everything is running. So let me just go to the localhost. So this localhost is the address from the Nginx. Uh, if you see the Nginx, it's on the port 80, and then it's upstreaming to the front end and back end. It's taking those values from .env files. Okay. So once we go here, you can see this UI. I have also added the data manager. So basically what happens is we can add multiple entries here in our PostgreSQL database. And if we click on analytics stat, we have like multiple queries here. These are the query that I have already created. So if we click here, let's say for example, it will ask the AI, and these queries identified the top trading topics and summarize. So it will summarize us and give us this nice CUI about the summarization. And you can also see that this is from like taking tokens from Gemini. I have already finished this model, and we are on to the this one. I already finished this one, so maybe it will be off after some time. But I'm recording it right now, so let's just see through it. If we ask like compare article engagement by topics, it will go through all our data and compare the topics here and give us this raw data and also give this visualizer. And then we have the Grafana. So Grafana is at localhost 4000, and here if you refresh, you can see that in the dashboard I have created this super chat dashboard in the Grafana YAML file. You can see that here provisioning, there is the dashboard resource file. This one I have created, so it's showing here. And if we click on it, we can see all our request going query, system resources. Then we also have application log here. Their database connection is successful and everything. So this is the Grafana log. And if we go to the, let's say, what was the port number for agent? 4001. Okay, so let's go to localhost. If we go here, you can see that superchat devops. This is my small agent which basically show the health of all our docker containers. If something did go wrong, it will show those in the recent logs here. And if we want to diagnose something, let's say for example, if we see the logs there, you can see all our logs of those services. If we see Grafana, its logs. Promtail, this doesn't have any logs. If we click backend have this many logs. So if we select, let's say for example, backend and run a diagnosis, it will check all the logs and tell us exactly what's happening in there. Okay, it got cut, I think. So let me just show you this one. I will do something about this one. So if we stop some container here, let's say stop. If we stop the front end, for example, docker stop. Okay, this one is stop now, right? It will now report that accident here, like something in the stop, this service is stop, like front end is unhealthy or something. Let's just wait here. It just takes some time, I think, as it was running before. Backend memory use. These uses are from like a Docker, not the underlying system. Okay, like if we give some here, you can see in the front end now it's unhealthy now. So something happened here. Here is the analytics for the front end service. Also root cause, the primary root, and then it just got off, I think. So this is everything that I have done. I have also deployed. I didn't had my AWS account. Like I have three of them, but I didn't pay the bills, so that's why they are all off. So I have my own platform called Brixer. Let me just go with it. This platform I have built like a pass system. Like user can come here, deploy their application through the their Docker image. The Docker image can be any image from the Docker hub or registry, etc. It also have billing and everything. It also have the databases. I have created their superchat database there. And here you can see that I have deployed all our Docker containers here. We also have this rolling update here. So if we just give the new URL here and click update, then the image will be updated to the newer URL. Like I know every stuff of this project and DevOps and everything. Like I have used the Argo CD here for this. This is my website.com Argo CD platform. So it's like a version control for my project. It's check my GitHub and check if is there any new version available for this platform. I also have this reserve aliases, so we can add those to our project. So let's just uh, see the URL now. Superbase front end. I have already deployed it here. So you can see that superchat front end. Let's just change the URL. Superchat. Okay, let's reserve this one and we will add this to the front end. Okay, super chat front end. Okay, so if you want to check out this project, you can go to the superchat-frontend.wixer.com, and here you can see it's working. It's the old image. Sorry, let me just update this one. I have updated it. Let me just show you how the rolling updates works also. Like just content. I just have to update this URL to the newer URL. What? Okay, it's deploying now. Okay, it's updated. Let's check it once again. Super chat front end. Okay. Okay. So here you can see our data. I haven't added any data here. Like I have to add those details. Create record. Fail to create the record. Okay, I think that the database URL is wrong or something. It is the backend. I think there is some mismatch, I think, in the database section. I just have to figure out those things. It also shows the private IP and everything. So I just have to connect those things and everything will work just fine. Let me just show you the DevOps agents also. These two things like Grafana and Promptel, it needs to be running on the server, not the Docker image. So that's why those are not working here properly. But everything else was working as expected. I will just update this database and then it will be fine. Then about the Grafana, here you can see that superchatgrafana.wixer.com. If you go to the dashboard, here you can see that the analytics dashboard, and clicking on it, it will show us the latency and all. These resources are should be running on the server, and we are running the Docker container on my platform, so we don't give access to the like the server itself to the Docker container. That's why these are not showing. But I will figure something out. But I also know everything about the AWS and EC2. It should have been way easier for me to set up the EC2 for this purpose. But I also wanted to show my platform to you guys. So that's why I hosted here. My platform is running in the Kubernetes, and we have the Helm chart to manage those Kubernetes, and Algo CD to manage the and update the infrastructure to make it like version control. So thank you so much for this opportunity. I will just give those URL a good look and add all the working URL to the email. And thank you so much.